gap in the tertiary education level. Several students leaving secondary school who could not afford or qualify for a degree program were being sidelined despite their desire to learn. That is when Nairobi Institute of Business Studies was born in the early 2000s to accommodate them. Lizzie, who is the CEO of the institution, walks us through the journey that could soon see her become Kenya's first woman to own a university.
Sorry to interrupt,
Okay.
but I can see you're really using your talent.
Yeah.
So tell me, how's the show going?
It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm doing a gospel show, and it's good.
So you're doing journalism and media studies here.
Yes.
How's that going?
It's good. It's a really nice course to do. We are exposed in both theory and practical, as you can see.
And this is practical in the truest sense, as Miriam was saying. This is actually a set on the Nairobi Institute of Business Studies. It's all part of the journalism and media studies, one of the programs that they actually offer here and made readily available. But this wouldn't be possible without the resilience and the passion of one lady, Lizzie Wanyoike, who we'll talk to in just a bit.
She's a woman about her business, and her business happens to be training thousands of young Kenyan minds in practical skills, with a focus on, well, business. Lizzie Wanyoike is a happy soul. However, her journey to becoming the CEO of Nairobi Institute of Business Studies has been no walk in the park. Ironically, Lizzie was inspired to start NIBS after a broken business partnership.
I was feeling caged, sort of like caged, because it was purely a secretarial college, and we were not offering any other programs. And I soon realized that the economy was growing. That in the year 2001, the economy was growing. And so job opportunities were coming up in so many organizations. New organizations were coming up. And so I felt that I needed to get myself involved in training in other areas. And that's when I decided to expand. But I couldn't expand within that college, because when it's a partnership, we don't have the same kind of vision.
So Lizzie took the bold step and walked away from the partnership and resorted to starting NIBS out of a rented space in Nairobi's CBD with just 25 students. Fast forward to this year, and NIBS has a student body of about 3,000 offering programs in business administration and computer sciences. And it is exciting times for the institution that is preparing to be chartered into a fully fledged university this year. Lizzie's approach in seeking out students who were not the creme de la creme in their former institutions has made NIBS quite popular.
The 75% are the ones who are below C+ and below. Those are the average and below average students. Those are the majority. But they can be mentored into doing very good work if only they are given good training. And good training means being with that student on almost one-on-one basis. We must make the young people understand having those papers is not the most important thing. What is important is the skills you have.
And it is advice she gives to the students she personally sponsors at NIBS and high school students she supports. The helping hand she extends, Lizzie says, makes her work worthwhile.
It has really made me love my job, because especially when I see some of these needy students graduating, from poverty to getting a nice job and actually going back home, building a house for their parents or doing something for their siblings. It has really given me a lot of motivation.
A firm believer in the popular adage, knowledge is power, Lizzie hopes to expand NIBS to see more youth have a strong finish in life, even though they may have had a rough start. For Women and Power, I'm Victoria Rubadiri.
And I was really eager.
Women in Power. how always very encouraging stories that Victoria features. Love it.
Absolutely. And it's now time for sports.